Have you ever wondered how the ancient sport of sumo wrestling has survived in modern times, maintaining its rich history and traditions? Well, today, we're embarking on a journey to explore just that. Throughout this video, we'll delve into the captivating history, the intricate rules, and the time-honored traditions that make sumo wrestling what it is today. So, if you're intrigued by this unique sport, you're in the right place. Stay tuned as we take a deep dive into the fascinating world of sumo wrestling. Sumo wrestling, known as sumo, has a history that dates back centuries. Originating in Japan, sumo was initially more than just a sport. It was a sacred ritual, a dance of strength and agility performed to appease the Shinto gods, the indigenous deities of Japan. These ceremonies were held to pray for a bountiful harvest and to ward off natural disasters. As sumo developed, its spiritual significance remained, but it also started to take on a more secular role. During the Heian period, spanning from the late 8th to the late 12th century, the imperial court began to influence the practice of sumo. It was during this period that sumo started to gain recognition as a martial art. The court would often host sumo bouts, using them not only as a form of entertainment, but also as a way to determine the strongest warriors. However, the most significant shift in the nature of sumo happened during the Edo period, which lasted from the early 17th to the late 19th century. This was a time when Japan was under the rule of the Tokugawa shogunate, a period marked by economic growth and relative peace. As the society flourished, so did its appetite for entertainment. Sumo, with its dramatic clashes and larger-than-life wrestlers, was perfect for this. Slowly but surely, sumo transitioned from a religious, ritualistic practice to a popular form of public entertainment. The bouts started to attract larger crowds, the wrestlers became celebrities, and the sport began to take on the form that we are familiar with today. In essence, the roots of sumo wrestling are deeply intertwined with Japan's history and culture. It's a story of transformation, a journey from the sacred grounds of Shinto shrines to the bustling arenas of public spectacle. Thus, what started as a religious ritual evolved into a popular form of entertainment. With the Meiji Restoration, sumo underwent significant changes. This period, spanning from 1868 to 1912, was a turning point for the sport, transforming it from a primarily religious and ritualistic practice into a professional sport. During the Meiji period, Japan sought to modernize and westernize, and sumo was not immune to these changes. The traditional top knots worn by wrestlers, once a symbol of the samurai, were deemed outdated and subsequently abandoned. Instead, the wrestlers started wearing their hair in a style known as chonmage, a distinct sumo hairstyle we see today. As Japan opened up to the rest of the world, sumo began to capture international attention. This newfound interest set the stage for the organization of professional sumo tournaments, known as honbasho. Before the Meiji period, these tournaments were infrequent and irregular. However, the advent of the Meiji era saw the introduction of 6 annual tournaments, a practice that continues to this day. These tournaments, held in the cities of Tokyo, Osaka, Nagoya, and Fukuoka, have become the hallmark of professional sumo. In 1925, another crucial development took place: the establishment of the Japan Sumo Association. This body was tasked with the formalization and regulation of sumo. It set rules, organized tournaments, and looked after the welfare of the wrestlers. This professionalization of sumo marked its transition from a religious ritual to a sport enjoyed by the masses. But it's important to note, even as sumo modernized, it retained its rich cultural heritage. The sport continues to be steeply rooted in Shinto rituals, making it a unique blend of athletic competition and religious ceremony. Modern sumo, as we know it today, was shaped during the Meiji period. It was during this time that the sport we love evolved into its current form, balancing the fine line between tradition and modernity. The Meiji period was instrumental in molding sumo into a professional sport while preserving its cultural significance. From the establishment of annual tournaments to the creation of the Japan Sumo Association, this era laid the foundation for the modern sumo we know and appreciate today. Sumo wrestling is not just about size and strength, it's also about strategy. At its core, the goal of sumo is straightforward. Two wrestlers, or rikishi, face off in a circular ring known as a dohyo. The bout is won by the rikishi, who first pushes his opponent out of this ring, or causes him to touch the ground with any part of his body other than the soles of his feet. Sounds simple, doesn't it? But don't let the simplicity fool you. The real beauty of sumo is found in the complexity of its strategies and techniques. For a sport that can end in mere seconds, every move in sumo is calculated and deliberate. The initial charge, or tachi-ai, is crucial. This is the moment when the rikishi launch themselves at each other, attempting to gain the upper hand. A well-executed tachi-ai can secure victory from the get-go. Then there's the art of positioning. A rikishi's stance, whether low and grounded or high and agile, can drastically affect the outcome of the bout. Next, let's talk about grips. The mawashi, or belt, serves as a tool for leverage and control. A strong, effective grip on an opponent's mawashi can open up a variety of offensive and defensive moves. There are over 70 officially recognized winning techniques, or kimurite, in sumo. These range from throws and leg sweeps to slaps and thrusts. Each rikishi has his preferred set of techniques, making every bout unique and unpredictable. But remember, in sumo, it's not just about what moves you make, but when you make them. Timing is everything. A perfectly timed sidestep can send a charging opponent flying out of the ring, turning a defensive move into a winning one. So, when you watch a sumo match, look beyond the size and strength of the rikishi. Pay attention to their strategy, their technique, their timing. These are the elements that turn a simple wrestling match into a complex ballet of power and precision. While sumo may seem simple, its rules and strategies add layers of complexity to this ancient sport. In sumo, traditions are as important as the match itself. This is no ordinary wrestling match. It's a dance of rituals, a symphony of customs, a spectacle of traditions that have been preserved over centuries. Let's start with the pre-match rituals. Each match is a ceremony in itself, beginning with the elaborate dohyo-iri, or ring entering ceremony. The wrestlers, or rikishi, parade into the ring decked out in kesho mawashi, ceremonial aprons often embroidered with their stable's emblem or a sponsor's logo. These aprons are not just attire, they are symbolic representations of the wrestler's identity. Then, there's the use of salt. No, it's not for flavor. In sumo, salt is a purifying agent, a protector against evil spirits. Before the match begins, each wrestler will grab a handful of salt and toss it into the ring, a tradition known as shiomaki. This ritual is not just about purification, it's also a psychological tactic, a way for the wrestlers to intimidate their opponents and assert their dominance in the ring. And who can forget the distinctive hairstyles of the rikishi? These are not fashion statements, but symbols of their status and dedication. The ocho mage, or ginkgo leaf style, is worn by the top division wrestlers during tournaments and formal occasions. This elaborate hairstyle, with its stiffened locks arranged to resemble the leaves of the ginkgo tree, is a badge of honor, a testament to the wrestler's perseverance and commitment to the sport. But these traditions are not just about the spectacle. They are the heart and soul of sumo, the essence of a sport steeped in Shinto beliefs and ancient Japanese customs. They are a testament to the respect and reverence the wrestlers have for their craft, their opponents, and the sacred space of the ring. These traditions add a cultural richness to sumo, making it more than just a sport. It's a way of life, an embodiment of the spirit of Japan, a celebration of strength, discipline, and respect. Despite its ancient roots, sumo continues to thrive in the 21st century. It's not just in Japan where the sport's popularity has reached fever pitch. Around the globe, sumo has captured the hearts of millions, becoming a symbol of cultural exchange and international camaraderie. The world of sumo is now a melting pot of cultures, with an increasing number of wrestlers hailing from all corners of the globe. These foreign athletes bring their own unique styles and techniques, adding a fresh twist to the traditional sport. However, this international influx does not come without its challenges. Balancing the preservation of ancient traditions with the need for modernization and globalization presents a unique conundrum. The sport is grappling with the task of maintaining its essence while embracing change and diversity. But the future of sumo looks promising. Its universal appeal and timeless charm continue to draw in new fans and aspiring wrestlers. Innovations in training methods, coupled with a growing global interest, are keeping the sport alive and thriving. The sport's rich tapestry of history, tradition, and culture continues to evolve, capturing the imagination of a new generation. It's not just a sport, but a lifestyle, a discipline, and a testament to the human spirit's resilience and determination. Sumo wrestling, a sport steeped in history and tradition, continues to captivate audiences worldwide, promising an exciting future.